What's up, creatives? Welcome back to Photo Conversations, where we have conversations about photography, film, and so much more about life. Well, it's been a while since I last produced a YouTube video, and it's because of my work, family, and also a number of things that keep me busy. So it's not easy in this kind of economy to be producing YouTube content full time. So I only do this when I get an opportunity to be able to do it. Probably in future, when I have the financial freedom to do it on a regular basis, then I'll be doing that. Well, today I would like to share with you something that I think is very, very crucial, very, very important for creatives to have as part of their production workflow. Well, I believe planning is a skill that each and every photographer, filmmaker, and any other creative should have in their skill set, because it really, really contributes to improvement in the production quality for any creative. Actually, planning is one of the main contributors of success for people, even in the other fields. I'll give you an example. Say, for example, like in the military actually depends on strategy, and that is purely planning. It depends on planning to be able to execute a number of expeditions that they go for. When you look at construction actually depends on planning. Engineers and architects draw the plans, and then they make the drawings and then be able to execute them when it comes to the actual implementation. So planning cannot be underestimated, because if planning has actually been a success, or if planning has actually helped people in various fields of work to execute successfully, why is it that creatives in this country do not take planning or haven't given planning its right place in the production process? And yet it really contributes a lot when it comes to success or actual production quality. Yeah, so for me personally, it's something that I've inculcated in my workflow, because I know that it can make or break any production. Yeah, so well, and I also believe that any production that you're going to have, maybe if it's photography, if it's documentary photography, if it's a documentary that you're shooting, a film, a short feature film, I believe that planning will actually contribute about 80%. And once you nail the 80% in planning, then automatically the production is just going to be 20%. So it's going to make your production a lot easier. The number of tools that we use as creatives, as photographers and filmmakers, to kind of support our planning, because planning does not just happen in a vacuum. There are tools that we use. There are tools that have been tested and proven to actually support the planning process. So for the case of film production and video production, film production and photography, there are tools like treatments, there are tools like scripts, there are tools like storyboards. These help you to plan before you actually go to the field and execute. So there are a number of reasons why I think planning should be one of the major elements that you should incorporate in your production workflow. And these are the reasons. Reason number one, planning helps any creative save a lot of time, because when you spend a lot of time, when you spend more time planning, for example, if I spend more time working on my treatment and building a concept, for example, for maybe a documentary film, if I spend time planning that, thinking about drawing a script, putting down the narrative, how it's going to flow, how the story progresses from A to Z. If I spend my time at home or in my office or in my workspace just working on that before I actually go to the field and shoot, when I get to the field to shoot, it's going to be a lot easier and a lot faster. So that means it saves a lot of time when you get to the field, because every element of your production has already been anticipated. You've thought about color, you've thought about the weather, you've thought about the logistics, you've thought about the narrative, you've thought about even the framing of your shots. You've drawn a storyboard, you know which lenses you're going to use. So basically, when you engage more in the planning process, execution becomes a lot easier. And planning doesn't happen with just only you. I mean, you could sit down and borrow experiences from your team. You know, maybe you, for example, on a set, if you have an audio guy, you have the producer, you have the gaffer, you have all these people on a team. If you spend time on a round table, maybe over a cup of coffee, and you're going through all the things you're going to do, you're planning, you're drawing the scripts, you're drawing the storyboards. It saves a lot of time when you get onto the set to produce, to execute the plan that you've been working on. Reason number 2 is planning helps you develop a prototype that you can easily show your clients. What do I mean by a prototype? When you plan, and for example, you draw a script, you have a storyboard drawn showing the different shots and how they progress. If you have a concept already written down of your documentary or your set of photographs that you're going to take, it kind of pushes you ahead of time and produces a prototype that can easily be seen by your client. I mean, it may not necessarily be the actual video or whatever, but I could use tools like Milanote. I could use other tools to put together photographs and video clips that might be similar to what we are planning to execute in the field. And this helps us develop the prototype that we can share with the client. So basically, the client gets to see the product before you actually produce the product. And that automatically helps you to improve your production quality. When you get on set, you exactly know what you're going to do. So planning literally immerses you in the actual production before it happens. So and then you produce this prototype that you can alter, that you can change based on the client's needs. So that is one of the reasons you must have planning as one of your tools in your skill set. So reason number 3 is planning builds confidence, and the confidence it builds is confidence for you as a creative, but also confidence from your client. Your client actually develops a certain confidence when they see you planning. I'll give you an example. I've worked with a number of clients, and some of them, of course, because they've never worked with you, or maybe they're working with you for the first time. So whenever I say, okay, let's sit down and develop a strategy. We develop a production plan. Let's build a concept. Let's not just go to the field and just shoot whatever we want. Let's plan. Most of the times, the tension, of working with you for the first time automatically goes down, because now they start to get this confidence that actually you know what you're doing. So actually, the other thing is, when you go on set and you've planned everything, there's a certain way a client perceives you, there's a certain way a client looks at you. I'll also tell you that a client can actually know whether you are confident or not. And what makes you confident when you get on set? What makes you confident is if you have planned, there's no eventuality on set that is going to look new to you. You're not going to be taken by surprise, because you have everything planned, and that builds your confidence, and automatically your client is going to have confidence in you, and it's kind of mutual. When you're confident, your client has confidence. So this it also helps you to appear professional. Professionals plan. You don't just get out to the field and then just shoot. You develop a concept. You put your blocks together to build the entire production. So it helps you build your confidence, and your confidence resonates to clients as professionalism. So if you're confident, chances are clients are going to believe that you are professional, and this automatically is going to improve your quality of work, and it's also going to improve your clientele. It's going to build on your clientele. Who doesn't want to work with a professional? So guys, take planning very seriously, because it improves your confidence, and that resonates to clients as professionalism. Reason number 4 is planning gives you the creative leeway. What do I mean by the creative leeway? I'll give you an example to explain this. Say, for example, if you have a documentary that you're working on in the field, but you planned everything prior to the execution of the documentary, it will save you a lot of time. You'll have you'll have less time used to produce the actual product that you've been working on. So like you have say you have your main shots that you've planned. Okay, we're going to have a talking head here, then we're going to have B-roll like this. We're going to have a number of different shots that we're going to put together. The moment you are done with your plan, the moment you've executed your plan 100%, chances are that you're going to have more time to produce more creative shots that are not planned for, shots that you didn't have in your you didn't have in your plan. So this helps you get more content, because you know very well that one of the rules in production is shoot as much as you can. Shoot more than you plan to do. So when do you get the time to shoot more than you plan to if you didn't even plan? So the thing is, when you plan, you save time and then have more time left for you to be able to produce more creative work. For example, if you're done shooting by maybe 2 o'clock, then you probably have more time to have the sunset. You'll have more time to see that little boy maybe riding a bicycle, and that could be a cutaway that you want to incorporate in your video, or maybe you want a team shot. You have more time to do things that are exciting if you plan earlier on. Point number 5 is accountability. Planning helps you build accountability. And what do I mean by accountability? For any production, if you work with a client, in the end, there must be accountability to account for everything that you've done. So this is only possible when you started the production with a plan. I've been on assignments, and after closing the assignments, maybe the client wants something else done, maybe to complement or add on to that production, maybe a couple of shots. But if you didn't have a script, you didn't have the concept built, you have no point of reference to start from. So it really helps you to have accountability for the client, because when the client asks for maybe a certain document, can we have a look at the script, and then you're able to present that and build onto that, maybe to produce another whole different item. So accountability is really enhanced when you plan your production. And last but not least, planning helps you correct errors and mistakes after the production or during post-production easily. When we are working in the field, the number of times when mistakes are done, but if you haven't planned, if you didn't draw your script, or if you did not have a storyboard in place before actually shooting, and there's an error somewhere, chances are that identifying and correcting that error is going to be very difficult. But when you have a plan, it's easier for you to correct those mistakes easily, because you can easily pinpoint where they are, because you have the entire plan like spread out like sort of like a timeline. You know where all the sound bits are, or where the videos are, where the B-roll is. You've planned everything. So it really helps you to correct those mistakes. So creatives, I would like to appeal to you to really take planning seriously and incorporate it in your production process to be able to improve your production quality. Well, thank you so much for giving us your time to watch this video, and also make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Photo Conversations Uganda. Be blessed and have a great day. See you for the next one. Thank you so much.